My name is Endeavour, and this is Almost 10 to the Sky. And today we're going to be continuing our journey towards being able to craft this crazy thing, the All-the-Mod Star. And yeah, we're not really that far into it yet. We've got the All-the-Modium, the Unobtainium, and the Vibranium. But other than that, I don't think we've actually done any of the other stuff that we need. And I have done this in All-the-Mods 9 to the Sky, but in that series we didn't need the singularities. So that is probably the thing that I'm going to work on first, actually. Most people do that last after getting all these crazy things done. I'm just going to have a look, see if there's anything that is easy to do, but I don't think there is, to be honest. So let's just have a look at what we've got and see if any of it's possible. So, Philosopher's Fuel, absolutely nowhere near. I've got a Vibranium Furnace, but that's about it. Actual additions, I haven't done anything yet. That I could probably do, actually. The Draconic Reactor Core, yeah, I haven't done any Draconic Evolution yet, and I also need to get the Chaos Fragments, which you get from killing the Chaos Guardian, so I'm not looking forward to doing that anytime soon, so let's skip that one for now. And we've also got the Wither's Compass, Witherless Rose, don't even know where I get these from. Actually, we can do that, can't we? Oh, do they not stack? No, okay, so 4 of those. What was the other thing? So we need the 8 times Nether Star Generator, Player Interface from Actual Editions, Wither Builder. Some of this actually might be alright. Actually, yeah, I should be able to do the Wither predictions, because I think I'm using those to create the Nether Stars at the minute, so I can just grab one of those. 8 times Nether Star Generator. Yeah, I can just set up patterns for all these characters, because these are just, yeah, these are Wither Skeleton Skulls, and I've got a ridiculous amount of these. Let's have a look. 800,000 Wither Skeleton Skulls, so yeah, I can definitely do that one. That's not too bad at all. So that makes me feel better that this one's doable. How Player Interface, yeah, that's just actually addition stuff, isn't it? That's pretty easy as well. Yeah, we just need to do the Empowerer. We can get on with that. What else we got? The Pulsating Black Hole. This is the one I've just been looking at, so we'll come back to that. The Oblivion Shard. We did the Shattered Singularities last time, so that's nice and easy. Paradox Machine and Manhattan Module. Yeah, this is all crazy stuff. Oh, I need to do the Time Crystals, which I haven't done yet. This is all Oritech stuff, which I've never done before, so that could be interesting. So yeah. Again, we'll skip that one. Nexium Emitter, again, doable, but I think we need to do some mechanism for this, don't we? And a bit more create as well. And Oritech, there's all sorts, isn't there? Play Transmitter, yeah, I've got the recipe for that, so I can do that. I've already done the Wireless Router, yeah, that's alright. I'm not too worried about that one. Dragon Soul, alright, Occultism, which in this series I haven't done at all, so yeah, got to do a bit of that. Bit of Draconic Evolution. What's that? Inactive Dragon Egg. I can do that, can't I? I should have some of these, I think. I'm sure I did the Draconic Junk. Oh no, I've done these, haven't I? Draconic Dust. Yeah, so we can definitely do that one. Yeah, more Draconic Evolution. We can do one of those. This is going to take a while. So, Improbable Probability Device. Yeah, so a bit more mechanism for the antimatter. These should be easy enough to just craft up. Yeah, Orisec again. Look at these recipes, they're mad. Although when you drill down into it a little bit, they're not that bad. I have no idea what these things are though, so yeah, we'll get to that. The Flight Module, yeah, this is an easy thing to do. You just need to go like syringe gas, don't you? Yeah, okay, so we'll get to that. I think what we're going to do first, though, is the Pulsating Black Hole. So this is basically just massive amounts of these blocks crafted into the 5 times for all of these ones, and then 7 times for the cobblestone. So I have been setting up a few recipes. So I do have, so some of them I've got in compressed drives anyway, so those will just craft automatically. Others I've set up patterns for, and others I can set up patterns for. So I've done the one for cobblestone, I've actually crafted one of those. And because we've got the crazy quantum computer and the assembler matrix over there, all the crafting goes really fast now. So I think what I could do before we get into the singularities is I can set up all the patterns for these. So what else do we need? I need to do obsidian, which I don't have tons of obsidian actually, so I have just set this up to get a bit more. So I've only got 4,000, so yeah, we can't do the obsidian yet. I need to get a better way of getting that, really. And the other one, what's the other one? Oak logs. But everything else I can either do or I've already got. So let's have a look at the oak. So I've only got 59,000. I think that's exactly what you need actually to do it. So let's set up the patterns for these. So 1 times oak log. It just needs to go up to 5 times with this. So 9 of those gives one of those. So that's 2 times. 3, 4, and finally 5. So we just need to put these into the assembler matrix, and as you can see here, I've done the ones for the dates. That goes up to 5, and the cobblestone goes up to 7. So let's just stick these in here. So now for that, yeah, that's saying that we can do that now. So I could craft up all these individually, but I just can't do the obsidian yet because I don't have enough of that. But that is going. So let's just have a look at what I've done over there. Come over here. The only way I'm generating obsidian in the minute is with this thing, and I did just have this in a drawer that only held 2,000. So now I've got this in a compacting drawer. What do I need to go to? 59,000, isn't it? Yeah, so I've got 3,000 in there, and I did go mine a little bit in the end, but that's really boring, so I definitely don't want to be doing all that. I'll just leave that to do its thing, and then hopefully by the end of the episode, we can get this thing crafted. So everything else is up and running, just need to wait for the obsidian. So next thing, bit more interesting, we're going to craft the quantum compressor, and we need this to make these things the singularities. So there's a few of them on here, and they all use a different resource. We'll come back to the ultimate one in a minute, but most of them are pretty basic. So I've got iron, gold, lapis, glowstone, emerald, copper, diamond, and redstone. So those are all the vanilla ones. But then with the ultimate one, yeah, we need to do everything. So these are all like the vanilla ones and all the modded ones as well. So I've got invar and electrum, steel, lapis, emerald. So, and for all of these, how do we craft them? Well, we need to put 25,000 of the item into a quantum compressor with the ultimate catalyst. I think the catalyst, you only have to craft this once and it never gets consumed. That's how I'm going to set up the patterns anyway, so hopefully that'll work. So what we need to do is just set up a pattern for 25,000 emerald to craft one of these, and then basically find a way of quickly exporting it into this, and then importing it back, and it'll be good to go. So we just need to do those patterns for each of these. Well, actually, if we do this, we need to do it for each of these, and then we can use whichever ones we need for this, and then we can just have a pattern for this that'll do all of these first, which, yeah, that'll take a while, wouldn't it? But let's start at the beginning and do something nice and simple like the iron one. So I suppose we should really craft the quantum compressor, shouldn't we? And I have done a pattern for that and all the subcrafts for it, because we did have a lot of it done anyway for when we did the elite crafting table, for when we did the vibranium. So let's just get one of these. Let's have that. I'm going to also use an extended pattern provider, because we're going to need a few patterns in there. I think the normal one won't take it. I'm not going to export to it directly because it's really slow. So what we're going to do is put everything into a barrel. I don't know if that's enough though. Can we do netherite barrel? Yeah, let's get that. Let's get netherite one. And cable wise, I suppose we should laser IO it, but let's just go with a cable for now. So do we use mechanism? No, I don't need logistical transporters. Yeah, I could use these. I don't even know if I've got the. So let's just get one set of those. And is that pretty much it? Shouldn't be that far off really, should we? So let's do that and then get the iron singularity. We'll do the pattern for that as well. I'll do that. And then I have the ultimate catalyst already. So let's get one of those. And we're also going to need a gate, because this is going to need power as well. So let's grab one of you. So let's go find somewhere to set this up. Do we have anywhere convenient? Probably not. Maybe I could do it over here actually, where I've done this other stuff. So yeah, we've got something there, haven't we? So let's just stick it on there. That'll do for now. So I'll put that there. I'm going to put, no. Let's put the netherite barrel on top of there. And then in here, I want to put the iron singularity. So from that, what we can do is put that there. And I will have a look at the cables, see if I can do something better. But let's just try and get it working for now. Let's make sure this works. So I'll do that. And then with the configurator, we're going to pull from there. We're going to put the ultimate catalyst in there. And then we're also going to power this. And then when this is done, we want to pull back down into the pattern provider, and that'll send it back into the A2 system and complete the craft. That really should be it. So now if we try and get an iron singularity, our one there says 25,000, so it's going to do that, export all those into there, which is pretty quick. I should have done the cable on the back actually, because it's a pretty cool animation when you see that on top. But you just see this fill up. That's unlimited input, so it's not going to put more in than it needs for this. And then once that gets to 25,000, it's really slow though, isn't it? It's still only 0.6 torrent at the minute. Alright, I've got an idea. Can I use the logic cable from integrated dynamics? Because these are really, really fast, aren't they? Have I done any integrated dynamics yet? I have. I've done a little bit. So let's craft up a logic cable, if I can remember how all this works. And I want the item is this right? Item interface. Yes, let's get those and an item exporter as well. Could have our variable card. Yeah, we don't have piston really. Let's get a few of those. So I'll put variable card and then an item exporter. So we'll wait for this one to do its thing, and then we can get this set up for the next one. But I'm thinking hopefully if we use this, it should go much quicker. So we'll wait for this to do its thing. I'll set up the pattern. That's getting in there now, isn't it? So it just needs to do the rest of it in there. And then we'll have our iron singularity. And it should just It should just go straight back into the system. So I'm going to set up the pattern for the next one, which, what's the next one? Let's do it in order so we don't get lost. So gold next. So in here, gold singularity. Let's have that. Don't need you. And then what we do here is middle click on this, and then we can say how many we want for it. That's 25,000. There we go. So that's the gold. And then in here, we can put that. That was a barrel, wasn't it? Oh, there we go. Why have I got one for the eye in there? I've done that twice. Alright, so you can go in there, and I can get rid of that one. And next one's lapis, so I might as well stick that one in there as well. How are you doing? You know there? Right, yeah, so all the items are in there now. That's emptied out, and then it just completes the craft. I'm hoping this ultimate catalyst will stay there, and that'll make my life much easier. Right, there we go. That is finished, and the catalyst is still there, so that's good. So now, we can actually get the gold one going, which we do have enough gold, don't we? Right, so it's going to craft that into ingots first, and then export those. So that's going, those are in there, that's doing its thing. Oh, I was going to change the pipes, wasn't I? Never mind, right. I'll leave that to its thing. I'll get the rest of the pattern set up, and then we can give the logic cables a go, and hopefully this will go much faster. Okay, so the gold one is now complete, and I have the pattern set up for all of the basic vanilla ones. So let's do, what was the next one? Was lapis. Actually, before we do that, I've got all the pipes crafted, and I've also done the wrench from integrated dynamics as well, and this is nice and simple. So crystallized mineral chunks and redstone dust. Now I don't actually think I need that, but let's just get rid of you. And I'm going to leave that one there because that's only to transfer one item when it's all complete, so that's not an issue. So what we need to do here, we need to put an item interface on there, and then an item exporter on this one. And I'm hoping this works. So I'll put you on there like that, and you're not doing anything. So what we need to do is put the variable card, it's just this thing here, into the export all items. And on here, we can also say the transfer rate. This is why I'm using these. So I can set this to a crazy high number, like 2 billion, which is like the max integer value. You can actually put the exact max integer value in there, which I may try that, but I'm just going to do something a bit mad like 64,000 for now, and that's nowhere near what it can do. So I'm just going to do that and see how quickly it goes. So put that in there, and then if we put this variable card in here, that should now work. So let's have a go and do the lapis singularity. For one of those, you do that. And yeah, it is doing it. Oh, did I do that wrong? Have I got the pattern wrong or something else gone wrong? Let's just have a look at that. Yeah, I left the catalyst in that one, so that one's completely wrong. So let's just cancel that. So all the others are fine, just this one messed up. So you do you, get rid of that. Oh, I didn't even change this to 25,000. No, do that. Right, so that one's right now. So put that back in there. Okay, so are you doing anything? Oh, yeah. Right, so I need to break that. I don't know of any other way of resetting it other than breaking it. So let's get rid of you. You go back on there. Power. All right, that's set up. Now, is that still... That's still 64,000. And then put you back in there. And now if we try that again. That should do its thing. That's all in there. And that is going in much faster, isn't it? I can definitely up this and make that go faster than that, but that is pretty quick as it is. So, well, we'll just add another 0 on the next one, see what happens there. Hopefully I won't break anything doing that. But that is really good. Nice. So that's doing its thing. So now, let's just try this again. I said it's 640,000. I don't think there's any way of making this go faster. It's just getting the items into it. We can speed that up. This bit we just have to wait for. Right, so that's the lapis one done. So we've got iron, gold, lapis. Let's do emerald next. Yeah, that's going into there very fast now, isn't it? I don't think that's really any faster than last time, so maybe this machine is limited to how quickly stuff can go in. But I think that's much better than using any other type of cable anyway. So yeah, we'll do that. Right, so this is going much better than I thought it would. I'm very happy with this. So that's actually, let's just wait for this to finish before I try doing anything else. Right, so I just need to get these 4 done, and I suppose we can set up the other things, but I'm probably going to have to do some processing through the ones, because all the vanilla stuff I'm just producing anyway, but some of the other stuff I probably don't have enough. So let's do redstone next. That's in there. Oh, this is so good. I love it. Yeah, so the thing what I'm going to do now is while I'll keep these going, get the rest of these done, get one of each, but I'm also going to set up the patterns for the other ones that I haven't done yet. So yeah, we've got like coal, lead, nickel, and I think for a lot of these I probably don't have as much. Oh no, 78,000 nickel, coal definitely alright. There's stuff like Invar, I don't have any of that at all, which isn't good. Bronze is probably the same. Yeah, I've got a few nuggets, but I need 25,000 ingots. So yeah, I think I'm going to need to set up something to do these out. It should be fairly simple. Like, it's probably just do this in an alloy smelter. Or we could do metallurgical infused mechanism. So yeah, a couple of options, but I'll get all the patterns set up anyway, and then we can see what resources we're missing. Right, so a short time later, and if you have a look at the singularities, I've got all the ones I had before crafted up now. So those are all just the vanilla ones, and I've also done the pattern for the ultimate singularity. So if we have a look at this, you can see in here I've got all the other ones as well, but I haven't crafted any of those yet. But if we click on the ultimate one and say that we want to craft one of them, we can't do this yet, but we can try doing it, so it'll tell us which things are missing. So it says it needs to craft all of this, and it has all of these things down here, but these things at the top are the only things that we need to produce to make sure we have enough to do everything. So bronze, Invar, and Electrum, all pretty straightforward, and I think all of them are basically just done in an alloy smelter, so that should be fairly straightforward. The platinum, I haven't got much of this because I haven't been sieving deep slates, or crushed deep slate I should say, and that is what I've just set up now. So I've just removed the endstone from my sieving setup, and I've replaced that with deep slate. So once all the endstone's finished, that'll start bringing in the platinum, so that's not too much of an issue. And the steel, there's always a few different ways of doing steel, so I'm not 100% sure I'm going to do this. So I don't even know how I did these actually. It was probably mechanism, wasn't it? I could do this in an alloy smelter as well. Yeah, standard way mechanism is the metallurgical infusion, isn't it? So you put iron and carbon in there, that turns it into enriched iron, you put that back into it, that gives you steel dust, and then you can smelt that. But I suppose the easiest way would just be putting iron and coal dust into an alloy smelter. How do we get coal dust? Sag mill or crusher? Yeah, I think I've probably already got the pattern for that anyway. Yeah, coal dust. So do I have it for steel? I should have one for steel. So let's do these patterns now actually, and then we should be well on the way to getting this done. So let's go steel. So I want iron and coal dust, and we already have the pattern of coal dust. Processing pattern, yeah. Let's have you. We also need bronze, alloy smelting, so 3 copper and tin, that's alright. Let's have you. And the other one was Invar, wasn't it? Oh no, we need Electrum as well, so let's just do the Invar first. Alloy smelter, that's nickel and iron. Easy enough. And the last one is Electrum. I think that's just gold and silver, isn't it? So alloy smelter, yeah, gold and silver. No problem. Right, so if we now just put these into the... Oh, I need an extended pattern provider on that. Okay, let's go replace that. Let's get one of you. Right, so alloy smelter. We need to take these out of here. Get rid of that. Put the extended one down. And then stick all of you into there. We should be good. So let's try... So if we do this again, now actually, it should say it knows how to make them. So yeah, the only thing we've got missing now is platinum. But as I say, that should start coming in soon. So let's just try doing these, see how long this takes. It's probably going to be a while. So I want 25,000 of those. Not that many. 25,000. Yeah, you have got that. See how long that takes. Yeah, that's going to be a while to do that, isn't it? So I'll definitely need to get all of these done first before I actually do the main craft. So yeah, I'll just leave that to do its thing. But I think, yeah, we're pretty much there. So we just really need to wait for the platinum, which I really wish I'd have been doing. But if I look in here, yeah, so we've got the deep slate in there now. That means that the end stone, might as well just take all this off here. That's done its thing. Get you do your thing first. Right, so with all the crushed end stone gone, we now should start getting platinum. Hopefully. So I don't know if I can, yeah, so I need to start, oh, I've got a load of ore as well, so I need to find a way of actually processing this properly, don't I? Because I think I'm just putting it down on fortune in it at the minute. Is there a better way of us getting platinum? Is there a platinum B? That'd be good, wouldn't it? Well, there is a platinum B. How do I get you? So it's breeding an ender bee and a gold bee. I think I've got those. We may be able to do that. Is there another way? Yeah, maybe we set something up to auto mine the ores. Or for now, I could just do it myself. So yeah, we have options. But anyway, it's going to take a while for us to get some more of that. So, and also for these things to finish. So, how are we doing? 300 out of 25,000. So yeah, I think I'm just going to have to leave this running for a little bit high. And then hopefully, once all that's done, we can get ourselves an ultimate singularity. But actually, I need to work on this as well, don't I? So I've crafted the ultimate crafting table. But to be able to use this automatically, what we need to do is turn it into this, the ultimate auto crafting table. So can we actually do this? Yeah, so I've got those. Crystalline component. So yeah, if we set up the patterns for these, what's that? Redstone ingot. Yeah, so a couple more patterns to set up there. But yeah, we can do that. So let's get the redstone ingot. I'm out of patterns again. Been going through a lot of patterns. Of the crystalline component. I should have the crystalline ingots, I think. Not many. Anyway, put you in there. Actually, how's the obsidian doing as well? 5,000. Yeah, not great. Right, so let's get you. And then now we should be able to do the ultimate auto crafting table. So I think this works the same way. Probably need to power this, yeah. So I think we can just put this on top of a pattern provider, which I've already got this one set up over here. And this is where I've got the ultimate singularity. I think that works like that. We'll soon find out, won't we? Well, not soon, but once we've got everything up and running, can that go on there? Right, so you're powered. Okay, so that should do its thing, but yeah, just need to wait for a few more resources to come through. Yeah, 700, so maybe need to do a faster way of doing this. So yeah, anyway, we'll leave that to do its thing, and hopefully we'll come back and do the ultimate singularity. Okay, so sometime later, and yeah, I gave up on the alloy smelter. I've taken the patterns out of here now because this thing was just way too slow. I actually left it for about an hour, and it was nowhere near getting through one of the things I needed, and there was, I think there's about 4 of them, wasn't there? So yeah, that just wasn't going to work. So what I've done instead, if we have a look at the recipe for, I think Invar was the one that I was looking at, what I've decided to do is craft up the Invar dust. So that just means we need iron dust and nickel dust. So I've set patterns up for crushing iron and nickel, and those are done in the ultimate crushing factory. So we've just got those patterns in here. So we've got gold, silver, tin, copper, nickel and iron in there, and I'm using all of those to craft up the things we need. So I've got the ones for Invar, Electrum, Bronze, and I've done all those now. We've got all those in there. So once the dust is crushed in here, we then have a crafting recipe for the other dust, and then we can, in the smelter, we've got that in here. So I've got the ones for the steel ingots, Electrum ingots, Bronze ingots, and the Invar ingots there. So that has all been done, and I've processed all those. The steel is a little bit more complicated. What I had been doing was taking them across to my infusing factory, which I had in my starter house over there. But what I've done is set this over here, and it's not ideal because this is constantly filled up with carbon. So I can't use this for like the redstone and the other alloys from Mechanism. But what I've done is set this to be able to produce all of these. So we have an exporter on here that's going to export carbon, but there is none in my system at the minute, but it does know how to make it. So I've put a crafting card in there. So anytime that anything gets used out of here, it will export them by making them first. So I'll just get a few of these going to show you how I've done it. I don't have a lot left, but that's because I've done the 25,000, but we always use steel, so I'll get a few going. So what happens here is it makes the enriched iron first, and it is going to make all of this. And I've only got 2 machines, so I'll get another 2 on there. But I'll probably change the layout as well if I want to use it for anything else. So yeah, once all the enriched iron's done, it'll put them back into there with the carbon, and this will probably kick in and do some carbon as well. There we go. Yeah, so it's going to do a bit more of that and export that into there. And then once all of that is done, it'll put it back through and turn that into steel dust. And then once the steel dust comes through, that comes into here and gets turned into steel. And over here, this machine has been doing very well. So if we have a look at the singularities, I have almost all of them now. The only one I haven't done is the platinum, and that was the thing that's taken me the most time, because that is just a normal resource. I can't do any fancy way of combining things like I've done with the other 3, or the other 4, sorry. So what I've done for this, if we come across back to the start house and up here, I've replaced yet another one of the Certus quartz, and I crafted up the budding platinum geo. And this is nice and simple, and all we needed for this was 1 block of platinum, melted that down and poured it over a 1 times compressed sand, and that gave us the budding platinum geo. So that is in there now, and we've got that coming through. So let's have a look how much we've got. 29,000 now, and it does go pretty fast. But this wasn't going quite fast enough for me. It will do me for now, and it'll keep going, and I'll get plenty of platinum out of this. But I just wanted to rush it along a bit, so I did a few thousand of the ores as well, fortuned those down and got those smelted up. But we have everything we need now, so I can actually get the platinum one going. And once I've got this one, we'll then have everything to do the ultimate singularity. So let's just have a look at the setup I've done for that, because it did need to change a little bit. It doesn't work like I thought it did. So if you have a look at this, what you need to do is send this into an inventory, and it has to be on top of where you put the auto crafting table. So if we put that one on there, when we request whatever we're going to craft in this, it will put everything into this barrel. It'll then go into there, and this needs powering as well, doesn't it? Oh, I'm going to do that because I don't think I can put a gate on the back of here. I may need to power that a different way. Can do it with the cable. Let's get that, and then we'll put a gate on there. That should work. Do that. Not the prettiest setup in the world, but put on there like that. Yeah, so that'll work. So that is now powered. So what we need to do with this as well is to make sure we save the recipe. So let me show you what I mean by that. So firstly, if I've put the other patterns in here as well, I'm getting a bit optimistic with the all mod star, but the crystal tin ingot is the one that I was talking about earlier when I said when we did the vibranium, because you need this before you do vibranium. So let's request one of those. As you can see, I've tested a few. So if we do that, start it. Right, so it's put everything into there, but it doesn't know what to do with it because I haven't got any patterns saved. So the first time we do it, we need to take this, and we need to be very quick here. So what we're going to do, if we put that in there, I'm going to click move items there, and that'll craft it. But if we need to shift and left click on there, and that will save the recipe. So you need to do that before it finishes it as well. So that is done, but as you can see, there's like a ghost version now, so that means it's saved that recipe. And we'll need to do the same for the ultimate singularity, or will we? I don't actually think we'll need to do that, do we? Because we're not going to do that many of them, although we do need to do a few of the stars. So yeah, let's have a look at the star. The first way of doing it is like this, but we are actually going to be able to get this an easy way later on. And if we have a look at how we do that, we can take the Patrick star and the all mod star shard. So the Patrick star is nice and simple. It is again in here, but we can also get it from the Patrick corn block, and I do already have the Patrick bees. The problem with those is though, if we have a look at this, to produce the comb, this thing needs an all mod star block to be able to work. So we can't actually do that there, even though we have the bee. We can't do that yet. So we have a plan for that, but we need a few of the stars first. And I think we need 9 of these. Yeah, so we need to do this thing 9 times to be able to start producing these. And then we also need to do a few more to get the shards. And to get the all mod star shard, we need to do that with bees. So these obviously come from a starry bee. And this is just feeding an all mod star block to a Patrick bee, and that'll convert it into a starry bee. So quite a lot of these. I need to do quite a few of them before I can actually start automating it like this. But we're not there yet because we can't even craft one yet. So I've got that one done, and I think that should be all the singularities now, shouldn't it? So can we request one of these? Because we should have everything for that now. It's just got all the singularities. It's not going to try and craft anything else. So we do that, and it's probably just going to put them in this barrel, isn't it? Yeah, so it's put them all in there, which is good. So let's try and save this pattern as well. So we'll go on number 2. Take everything out of here. And again, we need to be quick. So I think we can just shift click these in rather than doing the recipe. So we'll just do that. And then we shift click there. That is going to save that. And there we go. We now have the ultimate singularity. So if I think, I'm assuming that's a quest. So let's grab that, put that in there. It's not. Well, that's disappointing. Anyway, right. So how are we doing for the obsidian? Because that is the other thing we wanted to do, wasn't it? So 15,000 isn't bad, but I think we need 59,000 for the thing we want to do. And mining out in the end is so slow, because we do have Ultiman in this pack, but you can only do a stack at a time. So maybe it's worth doing something like the Mecha tool, but I'm not sure if in this pack I need the, what they're called. Alright, this is a slightly different recipe, and yeah, we do need the polonium first. So yeah, we're going to need to get into the reactor before we can do this. Now, is there another tool that can do like a big area effect thing? Because that would be really handy. Actually, some of the apotheosis tools have like an area effect, don't they? Yeah, that's a 5x3 area. What's that one? Mining speed 8. Yeah, that'd take forever to do with that. Mining speed 9. That's a 5x5 area, but again, only mining speed 9, so maybe not. Maybe I should just go bin mine a bit. Which, yeah, bit of a pain, but I just want to check if there's another way of doing obsidian. Stonework generation, that could work, because I've got infinite lava and water, obviously, so can I do this? I've got pink slime, haven't I? Yeah, so this is where we're doing it at the minute with the block generator. And actually check which level I've got of this though. So what? Oh, it's the netherite one. So yeah, that's going as fast as I can with this. I've got 14,000. Yeah, so maybe the pulsating black hole is something we do next time, because even though I do have everything else, getting the obsidian is going to be a bit of a slow thing. So I'd like to get into the stoneware factory because I think that could be a useful thing to do. But I'm very happy that we did get the ultimate singularity, so that is going to be very useful, and it's definitely a step towards the start. So I'm going to have to get a few more of them going, which means I'm going to need to craft up a ton more of the bronze and the invar and the steel and everything, isn't it? So everything else is coming in nice and fast. So we'll work on something else a little bit different next time and hopefully get towards something else. I might do the mechanism stuff actually, because that's essential for quite a lot of it, isn't it? But if there's anything that's just basic crafting, I'll try and get the pattern set up, and then maybe we can get another step made towards this. Yeah, I need to figure out a few things like the Oritech, and I also really need to get into Chronic Evolution as well. I've focused on something, I could actually do that. Yeah, so there's a few things that we definitely can do, a few things that are definitely going to take a lot of work, but I've got the ultimate singularity, and that was the goal for today, so very happy about that. So we'll leave it there. Made some good progress, but still got tons more to do. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.